All right, so welcome to this video. We're going to look at accuracy and precision and also some type of errors. Okay, so we're going to use this question to help us. So they're saying a fresher at LAM during a chemistry experiment needs 50.0 milliliters of a solution. He uses a graduated cylinder and gets 49.5 mils, 49.6 mils, and 49.5 mils across 3 trials. A. Calculate the average measured value. So average measured value, okay, we're going to indicate it by V. Okay, or I should say AV, average volume. So the average will just be the addition of the volumes that are there, and then we divide by how many they were. So that is 49.5 plus 49.6 plus 49.5 divided by 3. Okay, so this will just give me what? So 49.5 plus 49.6 plus 49.5. Then I divide by 3. So I'm getting 49.5333333 mpaka muyayaya. So now here the volume I'm just going to um I'm going to okay, I'm going to round it off to 3 significant figures, okay, so that I can be consistent with the measurements that I had there, because all these here have 3 significant figures. So this will just be 49.5, and this will be mils. Okay, so that is my average value. Okay, that is my average value. And B, they're saying calculate the percentage error. So the percentage error, I cannot have it if I don't have the absolute error and the relative error. So absolute error is equals to the modulus of the true value minus the recorded value. Okay, and then the relative error is equals to the absolute error divided by the true value. Okay, and then the percentage error that we want to find here is actually equals to the relative error multiplied by what? By 100%. So here we're just going to do like a trick or a shortcut. We'll say what is relative error? It's just absolute error divided by TV, which is true value, multiplied by 100%. This will give us the percentage error. But what is the absolute error? That is the modulus of the true value minus the recorded value, then divided by the true value multiplied by 100%. So meaning that if you want to find the percentage error, okay, you can just simply use this formula here. So this will be equals to, okay, modulus, what is the true value? The true value is 50.0 milliliters minus the recorded value. Okay, they've said we should use the average there. So the average is 49.5 milliliters bar divided by the true value 50.0 milliliters like this. Okay, so once I have that, I can actually just divide and subtract. So, okay, so this is B. So say percentage error is equals to, what is 50 minus this guy? Okay, so 50.0 minus 49.5. That will give me what? It's giving me 1. Okay, but here we are subtracting, so must have the same number of decimal places. Then it is in bars divided by 50.0 milliliters. So this will just be, the 1 in bars will just be 1.0 milliliters divided by, oh, now I forgot the 100 here. Okay, so multiply by 100% because we are finding the percentage error. So this is 50.0 mils. So you can see that the mils are going to cancel out. Okay, let me put that 100 that I've forgotten there because we're finding the percentage error. So here just be 50.0. I mean 1.0 divided by 50.0. So that will just give me 0.02. And then I multiply this by 100%. That will just be 2%. Okay, so I'm finding 2% there as my answer. Okay, so remember, I actually rounded off the average value there to 3 significant figures so that I follow the significant figures that were there in the given question. Okay, but if your instructor requires different number of significant figures, then you have to leave those number of significant figures. Okay, so make sure you consult with them. All right, and then C, they're saying describe the performance in terms of accuracy and precision. So accuracy is how close the measurements are to the true value. Okay, so if there is one measurement, then you just compare it to the true value. But if there are a lot of measurements, you first take or find the average, and then you compare the average to the true value. Okay, and then what is precision? Precision is how close the measurements are to themselves. So we can see here that this guy, this guy, this guy, they're actually very close to themselves. So we can say that this fascia was what? Was precise or had good precision. Okay, but was the fascia accurate? Okay, so there are a number of measurements. So just add them, okay? And then take just add them and then divide by 3. Okay. And then see if the value that you're going to have is going to be very close to the true value. So when I add this and then I divide by 3, I get 49.53333. And we see that this 49.533 is not close to the 50. Okay, so meaning this fascia was not accurate. And the story ends there. Okay, the fascia was simply not accurate because he's new. Come on, how can he be accurate? He doesn't even know what he's doing. Okay, so that is it for this question. Okay, if you'd like to access more videos, just head over to discretelearning.com. You are going to find a lot of videos there to help you. Okay, so that has been Tutor Solutions. Until next time, always there for you.